Most men believe they know what they are doing with their hands, but here is the uncomfortable truth. You probably don't. And that's not because you are careless, but because no one ever taught you. I have seen it for years in my practice, and I have heard it from countless women. Men move too quickly, they press too hard, or they miss entirely the places that matter most. And what happens? Silence. The women rarely speak up, the men keep repeating the same mistakes, and intimacy becomes a ritual of frustration instead of a dance of connection. I am Dr. Yande, and before I go deeper, pause for a moment, click that subscribe button, turn on your notifications because what I am about to share with you is not just another list of tricks. It is a roadmap to transforming the way your hands can awaken real pleasure, trust, and intimacy in your partner. And if you are a man over 50, this message is especially for you because your maturity, your patience, and your wisdom can turn your hands into something younger men never master: an instrument of reverence. Let us begin with something so simple that most men overlook it completely. Before your hands ever touch her in an intimate way, they must be prepared. Your nails trimmed short and filed smooth, your skin clean, your jewelry removed. This is not hygiene alone, it is respect. When she sees that you have thought ahead, that you have prepared yourself, it tells her you are safe, you are thoughtful, you are a man she can relax with. Imagine the difference. One man rushes in, careless, scratching, pressing too hard. Another takes time, trims his nails, washes with warm water, scrubs carefully, keeps lubricant ready. Which man do you think she will surrender to? Preparation speaks louder than desire. And then comes the second truth: do not rush. Most men go straight for the most sensitive areas as if pleasure lives only between her legs. But intimacy is not a switch, it is a sunrise. It must rise slowly, layer after layer, warming her entire body before it reaches its peak. Start far away. Kiss her shoulders, her neck, her collarbone. Let your lips wander across her skin with no urgency. Let your hands explore the curves of her back, the sides of her waist, the shape of her hips. Caress her thighs, her knees, even her ankles. These touches are not wasted time. They are signals to her brain that she is safe, that her body can soften, that blood can flow, that arousal can awaken naturally. If you rush, you skip the sunrise. If you linger, you give her the light she needs to bloom. Now, when you approach her inner thighs, slow down even more. Anticipation is your greatest ally. Trace your fingers along the crease where her thighs meet her pelvis. Rest your palm softly over her vulva, even through her underwear, and then withdraw. Move back to her stomach, her ribs, her breasts, then return again. This back and forth builds heat, builds blood flow, builds anticipation until her body is aching to be touched more deeply. But only when she is ready. Only when her signals are clear. Look at her breathing. Listen to her sighs. Feel the way her body leans into your touch or pulls away. These are your instructions. Do not guess. Read. Do not assume. Ask. Simple words. Does this feel good? Do you want more? Should I go softer? These questions do not kill the mood. They create it because they tell her she matters more than your ego. When she is ready for bare skin, start with the outer lips. Trace their outlines slowly. Glide your fingers from top to bottom, steady and calm. Then move inward to the inner lips. Thinner, more sensitive, delicate. Stroke them lightly, feather-like. No rush, no pressure, no hunger. Just presence. Each stroke says, you are safe, you are opening, I am here. And then comes the clitoris, the most sensitive point of her entire body. 8,000 nerve endings waiting for you, twice as many as in the head of the penis. This is not a place for clumsy hands. At first, avoid direct contact. Begin around the hood, that small fold that protects her. Trace circles, figure eights, side-to-side motions. Keep your rhythm steady. Do not press harder suddenly. Do not change patterns chaotically. Her body needs consistency to build. Only as she swells, only as her breathing deepens, only as her body asks, do you move closer? And even then, check in. Some women crave direct touch, others still prefer indirect. The only way to know is to ask. That is not weakness. That is mastery. If she invites you inside, remember this: consent is not permanent, it is alive. It must be renewed. Ask before entering. Add lubricant. Start with one finger, slow, steady, curved toward the front wall. Explore gently with the come here motion. That is where her sensitive tissue lies, the place some call the G spot. But treat it not as a target, but as a zone. Move slowly up and down, side to side. Watch her signals. If she tenses, stop. If she leans into you, continue. Do not thrust mindlessly, caress intentionally. And remember, one hand is inside, but the other is still free. Use it on her clitoris, on her hips, on her stomach. Combine internal and external, and you create symphonies. And when her body begins to build, when her hips start moving with you, when her thighs tremble, when her voice changes, hold steady. Do not speed up because you are excited. Do not change your rhythm. If she whispers, right there, treat it like a sacred command. Do not move until she is finished. Many orgasms are lost because men break the rhythm at the last second. Discipline is your greatest ally. There are also variations, techniques that awaken different sensations. The hood stroke, 2 fingers in a V, gliding along each side of the clitoral hood. The wave, outer thighs to inner thighs to labia, then back again, resetting sensitivity, building anticipation anew. The pressure hold. Rest your palm warm and steady over her vulva, not moving, just grounding. This is not stimulation, it is reassurance. It tells her she is safe, that you are present, that there is no rush. Sometimes stillness is more powerful than motion. Never forget safety. If you move from anus to vagina, wash your hands or change gloves. Always. Never force, never ignore pain. Sharp pain means stop. Add more lubrication, return to gentler touch. Let her guide you. Intimacy is not about pushing past discomfort. It is about creating an environment where she can bloom without fear. And when she has reached her peak, when her body shudders, when her breath catches, do not just stop and turn away. That is not intimacy. That is selfishness. Stay. Stroke her belly, her thighs, her ribs. Run your fingers through her hair. Hold her. This aftercare is as important as everything before. It tells her this was not about release. It was about reverence. Bring her water. Let her rest in your arms. Whisper that you are still here. This is how you transform sex into connection. Not every woman will orgasm from your hands, and that is normal. Some crave clitoral focus only, others a blend, others none at all. Your job is not to force an outcome. Your job is to create space for pleasure to rise in whatever form it comes. To listen, to adjust, to respect. Your hands are not just flesh. They are instruments of care, tools of reverence. They are not measured by strength, but by intention. And if you feel awkward, admit it. If you are unsure, ask. If you don't know, say so. That honesty, that humility, is more attractive than false confidence. When you tell her, I want to learn you, you are showing that her experience matters more than your pride. And that is intimacy. So tonight, or whenever you are next with your partner, remember this. Slow down. Prepare yourself. Touch with intention. Ask, listen, adjust. Because when you are present, when you are reverent, when your hands move not out of hunger but out of care, you create more than pleasure. You create trust. You build connection. You show her that she is valued, not for what she gives, but for who she is. And that is the kind of intimacy that endures. I am Dr. Yande, and if this touched you, subscribe now because I have more to share. Guides, insights, and practices that will help you transform not only your intimacy, but your entire way of loving. Remember, the most powerful hands are not the strongest. They are the most present. And when you bring that presence, your partner will not just feel pleasure. She will feel cherished. And that is what she will never forget.